Good morning here in Riverside with the water right there. I want to show you the entrance to Hart House. Got new flowers, and the door has been redone. Check this out. Look at how nice this looks. Also, our grass is good. We got St. Augustine grass, which for Florida is really good. We just got to get rid of these weeds. We've got nice grass. You do want to get rid of the weeds. And then check this out. One of our guests repainted the door. Look how nice this came. It's super pretty. I love this entranceway. This entranceway kicks ass. It's so like classic. I'm gonna show you the neighbors. The neighbors looks pretty good too. That's the main building, and you got the cottage over there. I just came by to put some packages inside because one of my tenants, who's super nice, always does the garbage and the recycling for me, saves me like a ton of trips out here. He had this expensive package that he wanted to bring inside. Sunday morning, fun stuff for Sunday morning. Anyway, this is right across the street. I'm just kind of see how they did it. I think they did a really nice job. That front door is really nice. Ours is more classic though, and then this building's really nice, all brick. I really love this building. Dude, it fucking reeks of pot. Sounds like skunk weed. Stinks. Why? So that's the one we manage. Pretty nice. And this is such a cool area. I just love it out here. So this is what I've been telling you guys, is that for sure you want to go from your equity in real estate to equity in Bitcoin, which is going to perform faster and eat everything up. But you do want to hold on to anything that you own or manage that is in really good shape like this. Like, these are incredible tenants and guests. We do some medium and short, and then some long term. And these are like the nicest people. I mean, one of the guys repainted the door, cleaned it up. He's the one that planted the flowers. Like, you know, people really take pride in the place around here because it's a beautiful area. They're grateful to be in a beautiful area. There's all kinds of restaurants and cafes over there. This is such a nice part of Jacksonville. Because they're grateful, you get like really high-end tenants and you get really high-end behavior, so that's pretty awesome. So these are a pleasure to run, and because of that, they're profitable as well. So these are the ones you want to keep, but then like the ghetto stuff I have, we're gonna turn it all over. There's just no point. There's no point at all in keeping that. It just doesn't make sense. That should all be going into Bitcoin or paying off, or a combination, going into Bitcoin and or paying off loans, so that I'm not all leveraged. You know, I'm not part of the toxic system. This is it. Downtown's right over there. You can't quite see it from this angle, but it's right there, which is super cool. I love it out here. I really do. It's really nice out here. There's also one house over here I just love. I'm gonna show it to you. It's quiet here, and it's high end, and the clientele is awesome. You know, I get mostly doctors or people who are like retiring and already have wealth. So I'm not getting anybody who's hard up for money, which means as long as I provide the services, we get really, really good people. So that's an absolute plus about working out here. I love that. You know, in some of the other areas I get like young professionals, that I'm also a big fan of. And I have like meth addicts and, you know, people bringing guns in, and not just, I don't care if you have a gun, just like using the gun. I had like 2 neighbors have a gunfight. It's crazy, you know, over like parking or something. I don't even know what they were arguing about. So it's kind of messed up. But anyway, I want to show you these houses. These houses are really nice, right? How cool is that? You know, so you have a lot of multifamily here, but the multifamily is really nice. There's a for rent sign over there. Anyway, I'm going to show you the house that I just personally love. I like these modern houses. I love the historical charm, and I love the brick. That's why the one that we're operating is brick. I absolutely love it. The sunroom. Done a lot of damage in a sunroom. That was like our hangout spot when I was 12 and moved to Montclair. Look at this house. How nice is that? I feel like this is one of the nicest houses out here. Doggies out there, you see that? It's all modern and it's big and a nice backyard, and it looks right out onto the water, which is so cool. Some of my son's friends actually live on the water, which is awesome. We looked at a house that we actually could have rehabbed that was on the water. It was in bad shape. We thought about that. We thought about, you know, getting a loan from the bank, construction loan, to do the rehab, but it was a lot of work, and it just like, it kind of scared me since we're moving to a new city, even though we can do that. So it would have made sense, but it's all right. We got ourselves like just a regular 3-2 kind of starter house. We'll probably move in like 3 to 5 years. You know, I like saying 3 to 5 years for everything, so 3 to 5 years for that too. So probably move in 3 to 5 years and you know, upgrade, especially if interest rates come down. It'd be so cool to pay the same amount but have a better house. You know, I'd love 2 levels. We're in like a ranch style house. I love like being up on the 2nd or 3rd floor and looking down. It's so cool. I mean, that was one of the coolest things when I was younger. When we lived in Hollywood, we were on the 18th floor. So that was awesome, you know, looking out over onto the ocean and the intercoastal and stuff. So cool, so cool. But that was a lot of years ago. That's in the 70s, so that's those, I've looked at those now. Those are like $1.5 to $2 million, those apartments now. They're so expensive. They were nothing in those days. They were like 50,000. It's so funny. I don't know, I never asked my dad, but I think my dad actually bought that in cash. I don't even think he had a mortgage. If he did, it was small and probably at like 15% or something. Hey, this area is so pretty, isn't it? I just feel like this is one of the best areas. So that's my point, is that if you're investing in real estate, you definitely have to be in the best areas. Like everybody thinks, oh, high ROI, you know, you find these ghetto places with 10% ROI and stuff, and you're kind of like seduced by it. But the truth is, you give a lot of that back in deferred maintenance and in bad tenants and in vacancy and other stuff. So the real way to do it is to not really look at the cash flow so much, but look at the overall value improvement, which is through the cash flow, the tax savings, the mortgage pay down, and the appreciation, and then refinance that money out tax-free. That's really where you want to make your money. So a good area is a lot better for that. So you want high-end areas like this. Look at these guys, how pretty those are. Just so nice. Here's one that's being rehabbed. There you go. 2131 St. John's Ave. It's gonna be really nice. Look at that door. Oh, that's a beautiful door. I love it. So this is gonna be so nice, all brick. My phone died on me. I was gonna show you this. This was the one that's being rehabbed, and then this is the really nice one that has just been rehabbed. They're so pretty. These houses are just so awesome. I just wanted to show you that. I think it's so awesome. This Riverside area is just so beautiful. It really is. It's a nice day out too. So this is the trick, right? Is getting into these really good areas, but then otherwise, you know, since there's so much shit out there, like all the holdings that we have that are not in really good shape, those are the ones we're trying to sell and turn over, move it into Bitcoin, and just be a lot smarter about have a Bitcoin reserve and have that go up in value, and then use that money to either pay down the loans that were out of the bank's hands, or just let the, you know, pay down the loans through the normal means of collecting rent and putting it towards the mortgages and letting stuff go up in value. You know, obviously it's going down in value in Bitcoin, but it is going up in value in terms of dollars. So you can still use that kind of inflation-induced debt destruction to your advantage, and then meanwhile you're building your Bitcoin stack and really getting ahead on all sides. And if you want to unplug, you sell or you pay down the loan so that you own it free and clear, and then all you're paying is insurance if you want, which is optional. In Florida, it's so fucking ridiculous. Insurance and property tax. And even property tax looks like DeSantis is starting to work on getting rid of the property tax. So that would be amazing if they get rid of property tax. Fuck, this new era, this really is the golden era. It's pretty impressive. Like, there are some good ideas out there. I hope the Dems don't fuck it all up, but right now things look pretty good. So it's like the most hope, you know, when I talk to people, a lot of developers and real estate people and IT people, it's the most hope I've seen in a long time. So that is really exciting to see. That's all there is to it. That's super exciting to see. So hopefully that kind of goes a long way. Anyway, I just wanted to show you some of this stuff. This is Riverside in Jacksonville, historic Riverside. You've got, you can see it here. This is Riverside. After Riverside, you have Avondale, which is also really beautiful. So you have the really nice areas. And on the other side is Brooklyn, which is also a nice area. So this is definitely a good area. All right, I'm going from Riverside to Spring Park. Spring Park is outside of San Marcos. San Marcos is another amazing area in Jacksonville, super historical, and we have 10 units outside of it in a place called Spring Park. And it's like 5 minutes from the San Marco and the downtown Jacks, so super convenient location, similar to this, but it's on the other side of the river. So I'm gonna go there right now, where we just did some plumbing. We just dug up concrete and repiped and stuff. So I'm gonna go check it out, see how much work we have to do. Like now I have to do the cosmetic work. So we did like the hardware, but now I have to replace flooring and do some other stuff. So that's it. So that's also why, like, as you guys know, it's Sunday and here I am working. So it's this is my day job. I'm super into Bitcoin and I think that's the future, but I also don't want to just give up my day job because it, you know, pays the bills. This is what we do, is we look for properties that can be rehabbed and create value, and we do pretty good at it. The mistakes we made is we bought a couple in not the best areas, and that's a mistake I do not want to repeat. I feel like that's just a huge mistake. That's why I just showed you Riverside, because I think that kind of speaks for itself. Here's Riverside Park, which is a really nice memorial park right on the water. So, and then like here's like Starbucks and sushi places and stuff. So nice area. You know, when you see a Starbucks, it's usually a nice area. There's a fresh market. When you see a fresh market, it's usually a nice area. There's indicators of nice areas. You know what they are. You go into the shop and you see healthy chips instead of Frito-Lay and Cheetos, you know you're in a good area. You know, you see organic Sun chips or some shit. There's many indicators to a good area. There's many indicators to a bad area. You know, when you see the cops chasing a fat woman and they can't catch up, you're like, fuck, I'm in a bad area, shit. That happened to me in Daytona pretty early on. This black woman was running, cops were chasing her, and she was outrunning them. She was like 500 pounds and she was outrunning them. So that tells you the kind of shape they were in. I really feel like that particular municipality just encouraging the drug trade and encouraging crime. It's like New York City. Like the rules are built to allow for a certain amount of chaos, you know. So, and to target certain classes. But let's not get into politics. But that's definitely part of what you see. So the point is, research when you're buying in good areas. Research the area. Make sure it's a good area. Research the municipality. Make sure that you know how code enforcement works. Are there rental programs? Are there any issues, you know, that where the government is going to be in your pocket? Because you do not need more enemies. You definitely don't want to be on the government's radar. We've been in that position. It stinks. It absolutely stinks. It's the last position in the world you want. And for me, because you're in the government's pocket sometimes and you're in the bank's pockets, this is the real reason why Bitcoin is so amazing. Because Bitcoin being decentralized, you get the thumb off your back or the boot off your neck, or however you want to look at it. You know, you get to have sovereignty. You get to, especially with cold storage, you get to own your own stuff. And there's something so invaluable to that, to have it, you know, appreciating against everything else being inflated, and then to have ownership of it. I don't have to pay anybody to hold it. I don't have to, you know, have any regulations. I don't have to fill out any paperwork. Like, just that freedom is really worth something. And that's why I think Bitcoin really is freedom in that regard. And as you know, that I already think this, I think Bitcoin itself is time. I think that the creators of Bitcoin understood that. I think they understood that it was time. It's actually like a stopwatch or a pocket watch or something. So that's another part of it. I try to make images of that for X, where you have the Bitcoin is a watch and it's like kind of a sun, because I think it's all of those things. I think it's energy, I think it's time, I think it's freedom. I think it's freedom through time and energy. So that's pretty amazing. You know, it really is a revolution in that. Kind of like what AA was saying, like, you know, I'm a nobody, like, who the fuck am I? But I'm telling you, if you haven't already, start stacking Bitcoin. It's a must. And whether you're doing it as a business or as yourself personally or both, you've got to have a stack. It's just the only thing that's running counter to this very toxic culture and system that we're in, and it's an absolute must. And it's the only thing that time helps. Time is on your side when you're in Bitcoin, as opposed to it being not on your side. So it's a wonderful thing. All right, that's enough talk for the day. Anyway, I'm trying to be on site more. Of course, I'm back in the car now, but I'm trying to be on site more with my content, because I think the sites themselves are better. All right, guys, thank you for all the love and support. It's awesome. I really appreciate it. X is so cool. I love that I can post stuff and people actually interact. Like, you know, my comments now really get out there, my replies, and even my posts. I've had a couple posts go viral, which is crazy. You know, not crazy viral, but like 10,000, 15,000 views, which is just amazing that 15,000 strangers are listening to me talk about some dumb shit. I think it's just wild. So, you know, who am I? I'm a nobody, but you know, us nobodies are taking over. Definitely, you know, take a look at Bitcoin. If you haven't studied it, they say you need 100 hours. You know, also you can just take a shot and start stacking while you're getting your 100 hours in. So you're like, oh, I'm glad I did that, as opposed to like, should I do this? I like going for things. I jumped right into real estate. I didn't hold back at all. I took tons of risks, and I think that was a huge plus for me. So I suggest that here as well. All right, guys, thanks.